Well, what's going on, Cardinal Nation? Man, very disappointing loss tonight. We come up short, losing to the Minnesota Twins 9-8 in the first of three. A back and forth game and a wild last couple innings in particular. And, well, before this game, we made a number of roster moves. We sent third baseman Nolan Gorman to AAA Memphis, uh, in which, definitely disappointing to see that, but actually is not totally surprising. Uh, his last month or so, he's been really struggling, striking out a lot, been one of the worst hitters in the league, uh, with his OPS at under 500. And yes, he's been had a rough year. Also, has been really struggling with runners in scoring position all season long. So he's been sent to the minors, and we called up rookie third baseman Blaze Jordan, who we acquired from the Boston Red Sox at last year's deadline, and was having a monster season in AAA with a 300 batting average and OPS over 900. And yeah, so he's now, I guess at this moment, going to be the everyday third baseman. Uh, and who knows, this may have actually been the last we've seen as a Cardinal for Nolan Gorman. Could potentially be traded, which would would kind of stink, but would not totally surprise me. So, and we also sent Hunter Dobbins to Memphis and recalled up reliever Chris Roycroft, who has not pitched for the Cardinals since like April. He actually made the open day roster. So anyway, we would take an early 1-0 lead as the red-hot Alec Burleson would homer for a fourth straight game, and extend his hitting streak, so that would give us a 1-0 leader early on. The 12th home run of the season for Burleson, and yes, that would give us a 1-0 lead early on. However, the Twins would come right back to tie it up 1-1. A solo home run by center fielder Byron Buxton, his 21st of the year. He's having a monster season. When healthy, he's one of the best players in the game. And he's more than likely going to be an all-star for a third time. So that would tie it up 1-1. And then in the top of the second, we would take a 2-1 lead as the rookie Blaze Jordan, in his first major league at-bat, would drive in a run. So, how about that? And on a 7-pitch at-bat also, scoring Lars Nootbaar to put us up 2-1. So first hit, first RBI for Blaze Jordan. And then J.J. Weatherholt would put us up 3-1. It was actually a single and an error. So that would put us up 3-1. And it would stay 3-1 until the bottom of the fifth. Twins would cut the lead to 3-2. RBI infield single by Tristan Gray to cut the lead to 3-2, and Kyle Leahy would make it through 5 innings. Actually would pitch into the sixth, but would allow a double, a walk, and then a game-tying double by Josh Bell to tie it up 3-3 and knock Leahy out of the game. And then with a runner on third, George Soriano coming in, a sac fly off the bat of Royce Lewis, former first overall pick, would give the Twins a 4-3 lead. But in the top of the seventh, as 2 walks inning, Crooks and Weatherholt would walk to put runners on first and second for Ivan Herrera. He would reach first on an infield hit, so the bases loaded for arguably our hottest hitter, Alec Burleson. He would take a walk on 4 pitches, so that would tie it up 4-4, and then another red-hot Cardinal, arguably one of the hottest players in the league, Jordan Walker, with a 3-run double to put us up 7-4. So 3-run double by Walker. He had a huge series against the Mets, and Gordon Graceffo then come in pitching in the 7th. and unfortunately he would walk two batters, and then Ryan Stanek would come in, and the first batter he would face, Cody Clemens, would hit a game-tying three-run homer to tie it up 7-7. So wild game, and we would then take a 8-7 lead as singles by Crooks and Jordan. Blaze Jordan with his second hit, and then Jose Fermin with an RBI single to put us up 8-7, scoring Brian Torres, who was pinch running for Crooks. And fortunately, we had a great chance to go up by potentially 3. We would strand the bases loaded, and it turned out to be huge because the Twins were then tied up 8-8. First batter leading off the 8th, Royce Lewis, a solo home run to tie it up 8-8 off of Stanek. Then a ground out, and then the next batter, shortstop Brooks Lee, would give Minnesota a 9-8 lead. And I'm sure Oliver Marmol was, I'm guessing, probably regretting leaving Stanek out there to start out the 8th. Somewhat surprised in a fairly long top of the inning, and then after he had given up a game-tying home run the inning before that. So, and also Riley O'Brien has not pitched since last Sunday, so somewhat surprising to not even see him in the game at all as well, potentially going for a 6-out save potentially. So, this was a heartbreaking loss for sure. We had 12 hits in this one, and it could have been a lot different if we would have, gotten more than one run in the 8th there if we did not strand the bases loaded. So, but the Twins have a solid young lineup. So, and they hit 4 home runs, 3 of them off of Ryan Stanek, and it's been an up and down season for him. He's been solid at times. He's struggled, and this time he struggled. So, Leahy gave up 4 runs on 8 hits through 5 innings. Twin starter Joe Ryan, who's their ace, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits but struck out 8. So, Jordan Walker extends his hitting streak to 9 games with that key 3-run double. And Alec Burleson extends his hitting streak to 12 games. So, and they'll be looking to extend it tomorrow, assuming they're in the lineup, as it'll be Matthew Liberatore getting the start against Twins rookie left-hander Connor Prelip starting. So hopefully we can bounce back then. So, till then, Counix were saying, go Cards.